Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So in today's video, of course, I want to talk about Bitcoin, give you guys an update, what's happening with Bitcoin today, and of course, the entire cryptocurrency market. And I want to talk about why, guys, why, the bear market is actually starting, okay, to be over, right? We know, okay, we are in fact in the early stages right now, okay, for the next, bull market. Okay, I wouldn't say we are in fact, 100% just there yet, but I want to show you guys a fair few charts in this video, okay, in today's video, just to indicate to show you guys that we are officially have ended, the bear market, and we are in fact entering the next, bull market. So, meaning, guys, congrats, okay, congratulations to all of you guys. If you guys literally survived all of 2022, we know 2022 was literally the worst year ever, in my opinion, right? The worst bear market ever, right? Bitcoin has dropped, obviously, and a lot of altcoins, right? The entire crypto market has dropped significantly. So congratulations, guys. If you survived, okay, this bear market, right? You were simply just, buying and hodling. You didn't panic sell at all. Congratulations, because pretty much, guys, the bear market is, I wouldn't say officially over just yet, like I said many times, but it is going to end very, very soon. And we are, in fact, like I said many times, in the early stages of the next bull market. So congrats. Okay, you have literally survived the worst Bitcoin bear market ever. You know what I mean? Like literally the worst one. So you literally can survive anything. If you survived this bear market, guys, okay, you can literally survive anything that's upcoming for Bitcoin, right? The next bear markets, right? So that's that. So Bitcoin right now, you guys can clearly see, is currently at $30,000, slightly dropping. Yesterday, we actually saw it pump all the way up to like $31,000, just touched it. And of course, it had a little slight retest back down to the downside. I feel like that's exactly what Bitcoin has in fact been doing for the past few weeks, right? Every single time it seems like Bitcoin goes above 31k or even touches 31k, it comes back down to $30,000. So this is obviously a very strong resistance line and a support level for Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is still holding very strong at $30,000, and that's great, right? It gives us time to DCA into Bitcoin at this very great price of $30,000. It's still cheap, right? Bitcoin is nowhere near its previous all-time highs. I've been telling you that many times, but I'm still in the buy zone. We all should be buying right now. We all should be accumulating as much as possible. Time is ticking. We know the halving is literally right around the corner. So it gives us a short period of time to really, accumulate as much Bitcoin as we possibly can at these cheap prices. And I really don't want you guys to miss this opportunity on getting into Bitcoin right at a decent price. So right now, yes, at 30k is obviously a decent price. So that's Bitcoin. And you guys can clearly see that the market today is actually not moving, right? Yesterday we actually saw it a bit more. The market yesterday was actually a bit more better, but today, not much movements at all. Sort of like a boring day today. You guys can clearly see the global crypto market cap's kind of 1.18 trillion, and overall the market is down 0.67%. So it is in fact slightly dropping, right? You guys can clearly see for the past 24 hours, not much movements for Bitcoin or for Ethereum. And you guys can clearly see other altcoins, not much movements as well for them today. But let's get into the charts. So I've been telling us many times that we will never see a 20k Bitcoin ever again. And this chart is indicating that we could potentially see a 20k Bitcoin or a 36k Bitcoin. Which one comes first, right? So reason why, guys, okay, I don't see Bitcoin, dropping back down to $20,000. There's many reasons, and I've been mentioning this, many times in my previous videos and in my streams where I talked about this a fair few times. Okay, it's not the time right now for Bitcoin to drop. And if Bitcoin were to drop to 20k, like what would actually cause Bitcoin to drop that much during this time right now, right? What would cause Bitcoin to drop, $10,000 back down to $20,000? You know what I mean? Right now it's at 30k. So what would cause Bitcoin to drop that much, right? It's really, really impossible. Everything seems pretty bright for Bitcoin right now. All these institutions filing for, Bitcoin ETF, right? And then, of course, just coming into the crypto space, we know BlackRock is, filing for a spot for Bitcoin ETF. So that's obviously very, very bullish. And I really do believe it could potentially, like, there's a very high chance that the SEC will approve of this, right? For BlackRock filing for Bitcoin ETFs. And you know, I feel like a lot more institutions will get approved as well for this as well, because we know a lot more other institutions are in fact filing for this as well, and it will potentially get, you know, approved. And we know the Bitcoin halving, most important, right? The Bitcoin halving is about to start. We have literally less than 1 year. And we know, guys, we know every single time we have the Bitcoin halving, we always see Bitcoin tend to pump the most. So that's why, guys, I don't think it's the time right now for Bitcoin to drop, you know, $10,000. And what would cause Bitcoin to drop that much? You know what I mean? It has to be some significant news, right? Very negative news that will cause Bitcoin and crypto to crash, have another crash, like a major crash, right? So it's very, very unlikely to happen, guys. So in my opinion, I don't even think we're going to see Bitcoin drop below, you know, at 20K or even below 20K. I don't even see Bitcoin dropping back down to like 25K ever again, right? In Bitcoin history. That's just my personal opinion. It could happen, right? But very unlikely to happen, guys. So yes, I really do believe it's all up from here. $36,000 is, of course, the price target that's going to be upcoming next for Bitcoin. Now, there's other charts, okay, you know, pretty similar to what happened in 2016, you know, with this EMA ribbon. You guys can clearly see back in 2016, once I had the little flip, we saw, you know, pretty much Bitcoin have this bull run, and you guys can clearly see we're in fact sort of seeing the same flip right now, okay, for the ribbon. And it seems like it's all up from here, guys, right? So it seems like back in 2016, once we had that little flip for the EMA ribbon, it looks like in 2023, it could potentially happen as well. Very, very likely to happen. So clearly, we're going to easily reach back up to Bitcoin's previous highs, which is around 69K, and of course, reach a new all-time high. And I really do believe, guys, okay, I really do believe, you know, towards the end of the year in 2024, Bitcoin's going to make history and hit $100,000 for the very first time, right? So towards the end of the year in 2024, I do in fact see that happening for Bitcoin. So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, right? It really, really is. Now, this person is in fact indicating that, you know, the next target for Bitcoin is $58,000. But we're going to start small here, right? We're going to see Bitcoin reach, you know, $35,000, $40,000, 42, 45, 50, 55, and of course, yes, it can get to $58,000. Very, very likely to happen. Now, if you guys have in fact been watching my videos, then I've been mentioning this many times that, you know, 50K, I do in fact see that happening sometime this year in 2023, more towards the end of this year in 2023. I do in fact see, you know, Bitcoin reaching at least $50,000 or over $50,000. So yes, 58K is pretty realistic. Okay, it could potentially happen, you know, towards the end of this year. Okay, so yes, that's very, very possible. And of course, you know, that's going to be closer and closer to Bitcoin's previous all-time highs, right, which was $69,000. So yes, once we see a breakout, once we actually see Bitcoin have this breakout back up to, you know, $31,000, and of course, you know, creates a new high for this year in 2023, you know, of $32,000, because we actually haven't seen Bitcoin reach 32K yet this year. So obviously, that's, if it does reach it, which it will create a new high for Bitcoin. And then I told you guys, right, once we actually see Bitcoin break this resistance line, right, we're gonna see it continue up to the upside to, you know, $35,000, $40,000, of course, $50,000, which is all the way up there. So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, guys, okay? And I think this is going to happen, okay? So you guys can clearly see this chart moving on, okay? Time is ticking. We know the halving is literally less than 1 year from now, okay? So the halving progress is now at 80%. We are almost there, guys. Time is ticking, and we know, okay, you guys can clearly see every single time we have the halving in Bitcoin history, it always tends to reach a new all-time high, right? It always does. So you guys can clearly see, okay, back in 2013, right? Bitcoin obviously reached a new high. You guys can clearly see that, okay, with these little blue dots. That's indicating it's a all-time high. And then it had a drop. And then once we have the second halving, you guys can clearly see it pumped. And then, of course, in 2017, we saw Bitcoin pump all the way up to around $19,000. In that year, it was absolutely amazing for Bitcoin. That's when a lot of people started to get into Bitcoin. You know what I mean? A lot of like retail investors, people like you and me, right? So obviously that reached a new all-time high of around $19,000, right? Back in, you know, 2017 towards the end of the year in 2017, and then it dropped again. And then we know our most previous halving, our third halving, right? We saw Bitcoin, late 2020 to early of 2021 really pump, okay? And of course, right around October, end November, of course, we saw Bitcoin reach a new high of around 69K, okay? And then it dropped. And guess what? The fourth halving is in fact right around the corner. It's going to happen, in April. A lot of people are saying it's going to happen in April. Some people are saying it's going to happen in May. But I'm going to stick with April, okay? Because I think it's going to happen in April, sometime in April. So April of 2024, okay? That's going to be a very exciting month. The halving is going to happen. And you guys can clearly see, like, when we have the halving, Bitcoin doesn't actually pump straight away, right? You got to give it a few weeks, give it a few months time, and then it will start, running up. Okay, so it's not going to pump straight away. So please understand, guys, okay, this chart just shows you guys that every single time we have the halving, Bitcoin pumps to a new all-time high. Every single time. So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. The year 2024 and of course the year 2025 should be an amazing year for Bitcoin and crypto, especially altcoins. Altcoins are going to pump like crazy. Okay, we know alt season is right around the corner. I'm going to see altcoins just pump like crazy. So like I said, guys, right? You literally just survived the worst Bitcoin bear market ever. Okay, I wouldn't say we are officially in the next bull market just yet. I feel like we are still in a bear market, right? Bitcoin is still nowhere near its previous all-time highs. We're not even halfway through there yet, right? But once we actually see Bitcoin reach at least 35K, then I would say, yes, we're halfway there. So we're almost there, right? But I will say this many times, we are in fact in the early stages of the next bull market. And yeah, congrats, guys. You know what I mean? Because 2022, right, was literally the worst year, in my opinion, for Bitcoin and crypto. So much negative things caused Bitcoin to like drop, and not just Bitcoin, but obviously just crypto in general, right? The crypto market. We saw a fair few, crypto exchanges, major ones, collapsing, going bankrupt. We saw Celsius collapsing. If you guys remember, we saw FTX. That was also another major one, and also other things caused Bitcoin and crypto to drop as well. We saw, for example, Terra Luna, who remembers, right? Last year in 2022, around May, we saw Terra Luna collapsing, okay? And that obviously caused Bitcoin to drop massively, and it caused, Ethereum and other altcoins in the market to drop massively as well. Pretty much the entire crypto market dropped massively. So yeah, a lot of negative things happened last year in 2023, especially, during, this bear market, right? So yeah, I would say this is probably the worst bear market ever in crypto history, right? So literally, if you survive this, right? If you were simply not panicking, you didn't panic sell or anything like this, you know what I mean? You can literally survive anything, guys. That's what I've been telling guys, okay? Like, you can literally survive anything. So what's upcoming for Bitcoin, in the next, bear market that is going to potentially happen in the year, maybe, 2026 to 2027, right? In the next bear market, it's going to be completely nothing. If you survive this one, the next one is going to be completely nothing, because I feel like Bitcoin is going to be less volatile in the future. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. We know Bitcoin right now is obviously really volatile, but I reckon in the future it's going to be less volatile in the future, right? It's going to be more steady, in my opinion. So yeah, congrats, guys, right? You literally just survived the worst bear market ever in Bitcoin history, right? So that's that. It's looking pretty good right now for Bitcoin. Okay, it's going to be all ups from here. Okay, so we're good. We're chilling right now, guys. Okay, we can breathe. Okay, if you guys were in fact panicking, don't, right? We're good now. But that's that. Now, I'm going to show you guys this clip. Okay, people are in fact paying for things around the world in different cities and whatnot, different countries. With Bitcoin, I've told you guys many times, the main reason why I'm really bullish with Bitcoin is because I really do believe, right, it's going to be the future of money. We're going to see a lot more other, people, not just people, but like businesses, major companies and business start accepting, Bitcoin and crypto. And you guys can clearly see, right, in this video, I'm going to show you guys, someone is actually paying for McDonald's with Bitcoin in El Salvador. Now, we obviously know El Salvador, they made Bitcoin legal tender, right? So everyone is just, I don't know if that's the word for it, but everyone's just using Bitcoin. Not everyone, but most people over there are in fact using Bitcoin to pay for things. Okay, so I want to show you guys this clip. Someone's literally paying for something with Bitcoin, right? They're literally buying McDonald's with Bitcoin. You guys clearly see that, right? Bitcoin. payment type, pay with Bitcoin. You guys can clearly see it. So this is the future, guys, right? Very, very simple, fast money transactions. And that's exactly why Bitcoin was created at the first place by, still to this day, a anonymous person, Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, a very, very smart man. Personally, I think he's a man, right? I don't think it's a girl. I don't think it's a group of people. I think it's a single man, right, that created Bitcoin. But there you guys have it. Okay, so it's the future, guys, right? And I feel like a lot of people out there, we know people out there use, debit cards, credit cards, PayPal, and other different payments to pay for things, right? I don't even think people actually use cash to pay for things. Like personally, I don't even remember the last time I paid for something with cash. I literally just use my debit card, right? So it's all digital money in a way, guys. So Bitcoin is obviously digital money. Okay, and a lot of people are in fact saying it's digital gold right now, and it is, right? So it's the future, guys. Okay, a lot more people are gonna start using Bitcoin as payments. It's faster money transactions. Okay, I can easily, if someone lived right across around the world, I could literally transfer them money through Bitcoin, and it'll be instant, right? Remember, Bitcoin is decentralized. It's not controlled by the government or the banks, right? It's literally its own thing. Like if I were to transfer money across around the world to someone, right, I need to pay them, and they live like all the way across around the world, and I use the bank, most likely it will get declined first of all, and it will take a longer process. Whereas Bitcoin, it will literally be instant, right? Like instantly, they will get that money transaction. That's why, guys, I like Bitcoin, and that's why I think Bitcoin is the future of money. So that's that, guys. Now, to end off this video, you guys can clearly see the free and greed index is currently at 64, so it has jumped compared to where it was yesterday. It was at 57, now it's at 64. So this is absolutely amazing to see, right? We are officially hardly in the greens. You guys can clearly see that. So this is absolutely amazing to see. Seems like a lot of people aren't feeling that greed. So that's, obviously always positive. Yesterday, we were in fact in greed. Last week, we were in fact in greed as well. So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, Bitcoin and crypto for sure. So that's that. Even though, yes, Bitcoin hasn't really been moving, but it's still holding up very, very strong at $30,000. And hey, I don't mind it because, buying Bitcoin at $30,000 is obviously a great buy. It's so cheap, in my opinion. So this is obviously a great time around to really start, DCAing into Bitcoin, right? Dollar cost average. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that. And I catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.